Good evening. Over the past week or so, there has been a particular emphasis in the media around emotional and mental well-being, and rightly so. Many have spoken about their own personal battle with this. TV celebrities, sports personalities, even the royal family. We are all made of the same stuff. I do wonder if one of the biggest challenges right now is trying to stay mentally and emotionally well, particularly if the things that we're used to relying on to help us are no longer available, like taking holiday or visiting family and friends, even going out to work or going shopping, whatever it might be. Those things are just simply not as available as they once were. I'm going to share just a couple of things that I do to protect my own well-being, and hopefully that will be helpful to you. The first is thankfulness or gratitude. In many ways, that probably sounds a bit too simplistic, but at the end of the day, when we're putting our son to bed and we're having our prayer time, we ask ourselves, what are we thankful for today? No matter how hard the day has been, we always find something to be thankful for. But we all also remind ourselves of God's goodness for the entirety of our lives. I think our natural human tendency is just to focus on the here and now, which for most of us right now is incredibly frustrating. But to borrow a phrase from politics and negotiating, God is playing a long game. His goals for those who put their faith and their trust in Jesus do not focus on providing just temporary and short or limited blessings just for today, but ensuring that we are fit for the time when we will be with him forever. Now, much of my own emotional and mental well-being may well be tied up with trying to preserve the life that we once knew, but life, according to Jesus, is bigger than our physical existence and our anxiousness to preserve it. The essence of being human, our worth, lies in the fact that we have been created for a special relationship with God, who takes care of his children. So that's the first thing. The second thing is I cling to God. I do just wonder if COVID-19 reminds us of how vulnerable we really are, especially here in the West. Now, that's not a bad thing, but it does probably feel like a massive nudge in our ribs, and it really causes us to ask the question, then who really is in charge? Psalm 31 says this, "My time are in your hands. My times are in your hands." Our lives are in God's hands, and so I cling to him, remembering that God in the end is the one who is in charge of all that we are and all that we have. If there are days that feel particularly dark for you, emotionally or mentally, you're in good company. The one who wrote Psalm 88 says this, "Darkness is my only companion." It's human to feel at times that it all just feels too horrible. But in the midst of that awfulness, the psalmist holds on. He clings to God and he keeps calling out to him, knowing that he and life itself are in God's hands. There are lots of other things that I do, like maintaining a routine or eating well, daily walks, talking with trusted friends, but relying on and reminding myself firstly of God's goodness and secondly clinging to him are my two daily essentials right now. If you are struggling, you are not alone, and I'm always happy to listen.